Welcome to Self-Love 101. I can't wait to share this with you. This is basically going to be a breakdown of what self-love is and other areas covering it, just so that you can have a basic understanding of self-love. It's going to go in handy with our self-love sessions and throughout your whole entire life on this self-love journey. So I'm going to be covering 5 areas. 1, addressing what self-love is. What is the point of self-love? What does it look like to practice self-love? And what is the difference between self-love and self-care? So let's dive into it. Make sure you have a pen and paper so you can write down some notes. So what is self-love? The best way that I can simply explain it to you, it's releasing your pains in a healthy outlet. I'll give some examples later, but that's the simplest way that I can give it to you. And by practicing self-love, it's going to help you grow emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. My partner actually introduced me to these 5 areas of self. And so when we practice self-love, we're giving love to these areas, thus feeling clarity and growth in these areas, and ultimately feeling as fulfilled as we can. People talk about feeling complete or whole. When we're able to practice self-love, to grow in these 5 areas, you can imagine how more complete you feel with yourself, at peace and confident with yourself with so much clarity. Okay, so that's that section. Now we're going to go into what is the point of self-love? Don't we want to feel better? Don't we want to feel confidence, self-worth, peace, happiness? That is the point of self-love. To experience consistent happiness, peace, confidence, self-worth within yourself as much as possible. So that's the whole point. That's the whole point. And also to process your pains. Without the self-love practice, how can you even have like the mental space or capacity to process these heavy pains without some sort of release, right? And you can imagine that the pains that we have been holding on to inside of us, it is holding us down. Yes, it holds some weight. So when we release it, we will be able to feel lighter and move and flow through life. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be a lifesaver. It's going to be a life-changing experience for you. So now let's go into what does it look like to practice self-love? So here are some healthy outlets, right? Journaling, whether you're writing in a journal, you're journaling in a way that you're typing a blog, or you are video recording to do that type of journaling, or audio recording, that type of journaling to express and release. Movement through the body. You're dancing, you're walking, you're stretching, you're working out. Or you are releasing through art, creating something, building something. So those are some examples right there. Now let's go into the difference between self-love and self-care. So if you're writing notes, I want you to draw like a T-chart where there's a line down in the middle and there's a line at the top. So there's 2 columns. On the left-hand side, you're going to put self-love. On the right-hand side, you're going to put self-care. So in the self-love column, I want you to put from the inside out, right? Like I said before, self-love is about releasing what's from the inside out into a healthy outlet. So self-love, it's about the inside going out. So you can imagine the experience is going to be a delayed type of gratification. Delayed gratification. That's what I want you to put on that side. Which leads to fulfillment when we are experiencing delayed gratification, because it takes more work. And in the self-love column, there tends to be more resistance around practicing self-love. Okay, so you got it? Inside out. Delayed gratification, which leads to fulfillment, and there's resistance around it. It's not going to be easy. Simple, but not easy. Okay. So now let's go to the self-care column. Self-care is basically kind of like the opposite a little bit. It's receiving from the outside in, right? From the outside to yourself, which tends to be more instant gratifying than the delayed gratifying on the other side, right? So you can think of, I'll get into some examples where you can see that. So for now, I just want you to put this on that side so you can really recognize it. So again, from the outside in, it is instant gratification. And it's easy. It's easier to do self-care because you're receiving from an external source to support you for your overall health and well-being. So now let's get into some examples. On the self-love side, you could put examples and we can name it out. And I've already gave some examples already. Walking, journaling, working out, creating art. Those are some examples of the self-love. Now let's go to self-care. Massages, right? There's tension in your body. You're saying yes to someone massaging you so it can be released out. So you feel that instant gratifying feeling because someone is doing it for you and you're feeling the release on the spot. You're not doing that work. Someone else is supporting you with releasing the tensions in the muscles. Getting facials, right? Caring for your skin. They're doing it for you, instant gratification. Manicures, pedicures, using the foam roller, right? You're using a tool to help iron out your body. Reading, you are reading a book where you're reading information that's helping you perhaps stimulate your mind to be in a healthier place, for an example. Or music, you turn on some good sounding music or some healing music, instantly you're feeling that right away. And you can see that, it offers that support right then and there, but it doesn't necessarily help us release. So you can see how they both support each other when you're feeling really down. Perhaps we need some self-care because that's easier. You just turn on that music and then you're feeling the instant gratification from that. And then because you're feeling better, now you feel like you're encouraged to show up to your self-love practice to release. So that's an example of how self-care can help us show up to our self-love practice. And our self-love practice can also help us connect with more self-care. So you can see that they're like sisters. They're more like sisters and they support each other. And both of them are healthy for us. So that is the gist of some basic knowledge around what the hell self-love is. So when we get on our calls, when I talk about practicing self-love, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we'll be able to connect in the same verbiage in the same land. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. We will get on our self-love session. So we'll talk about it then. And would love to know what really stood out and what you really learned from this video on our call as well. So I will talk to you very soon. Hope you enjoyed that. Talk to you later. Bye. Also, one thing that I want you to add on the self-care side is that usually it requires spending money, so it's expensive. On the self-love realm, it is free. It is free. Walking is free, journaling is free, working out. Yes, you may have to purchase a gym membership or something, but you can jog outside, you can work inside of your home. So yes, you might have to spend some money, but that's access to show up to your self-love practice. And then creating art, yes, you may have to buy some art supplies, but the practice itself, it doesn't cost anything. So I just wanted to add that part. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.